gotta be the lens. It's gotta be. Bob, what it do, baby?
What do, baby?
Where'd you get the water from?
From my dent.
From a what?
From my dent.
From a dent.
No, dent out there.
Oh, the tent? Trying to keep up with Jamil. It's tough. So thank you, Jamil, for adding some more gray hairs. They're up there. Definitely down there. You helped cause that.
Yeah.
Hey guys, it is Devin from Adventures with the V's, and this is probably not going to be the best video I've ever made as far as like lighting setups and stuff like that. I'm obviously just sitting in the kitchen because I'm cooking food for the wife and the boy. That way when Caitlin gets home she can have food and everyone's fed before I go off to work. So today I took possession of a new lens and I just want to make a quick video about it. It is a new lens to me, but it's not a new lens at all. It's actually a used lens and I got a good deal on it. This is actually the third time that I have had this exact, not this exact lens, but this lens from this brand in this focal length. The first time was when I just first got into Sony. I ended up doing like the 24 to 70. First I had the 28 to 75 from Tamron. Didn't particularly love it, wanted something a little wider, so I ended up going and getting rid of it and buying a 24 to 70 from Sigma. That lens was freaking awesome. And then I ended up getting something in my eye right now, which is sick. Then I ended up buying a 70 to 200 style or focal length lens to kind of fill in the other end of that gap. It was really nice at first for some of the portraiture stuff because it's like the f2.8 fixed aperture. I didn't go with the f4, so I had that nice creamy background and I was able to get good compression. But after a while, especially when I started doing the weddings, I was able to see that I really wasn't using it at that 180 and was kind of sticking between that 70 to 100, and I wanted something even faster for nighttime. So I bought the Sony 85. The Sigma 85 f1.4 art lens and have not looked back. That is easily my favorite lens for portraiture and just about everything. It's a nice, sharp, beautiful lens. So I ended up getting rid of my 70 to 200 and kept the 100 to 400 for a while, but then after a while I just wasn't using that and decided I wanted to get the A7 IV, which is what I'm filming on, and use the A7C as a backup camera. So 70 to 200 went away. Then once the 100 to 400 essentially wasn't being used anymore, I kind of started to shoot Davy's softball games and did not need that 100 to 400, so I traded with my buddy Forrest Blanchett, and he's been using the 100 to 400 for his car photography stuff out at the track. And after a while I got rid of the 70 to 180 because it just wasn't getting a lot of use. Davy was playing basketball but not softball, and in the gym I was able to use that 85 pretty well. So once again, the 70 to 200 focal length went bye-bye. Now though, Davy has started playing softball again, and this year she definitely progressed, not only in her skills but also her passion for the game. So she decided that she wanted to play more and wanted to play a more competitive team and league. Not only has this been expensive in the fact that I have had to start paying for more leagues and training, but I also found myself for the third time getting into this lens. Focus on the lens. So this is the Tamron 70 to 180 fixed focal length f2.8, and this lens is kind of like not a great lens. It's not a great lens. It's definitely not a bad lens, but it's really the first lens that I've bought just for hobby or for fun, and that I won't be kind of really making any money off of. And that's just so I can shoot Davy's games again. I've really enjoyed this lens each time I've had it, so we'll go back to the lens. As you can see, for a 70 to 180, it's not very big. It's also able to be found for anywhere from like $600 to $800, depending on where you get it and if you buy it used. So it's a fixed 2.8 aperture, which makes it nice for the gym, nice for those softball nights that are a little darker, maybe a little cloudier. And most of all, it is not very big. So as you can see, this is a Ghost Energy can, and it is just a touch bigger than the Ghost Energy can. So very nice compact size. It also has a nice little lock button, locks it out. That way it doesn't do the whole, you know, and this one's still pretty tight, but it doesn't do the whole drop or fall thing when you have it facing down, which sometimes they'll do as they get a little older and loosen up. But this is also the first lens I've kind of felt like pressure with, because, you know, normally if I buy a lens and I don't like it, the creativity's not flowing, I'm like, you know what? It's just not the lens for me. This lens sucks. But having gotten this from Jamil, I've seen some of the work he's put out, some of the bangers he's put up on Instagram, and some of the stuff he's used it for on YouTube. And I gotta be honest, like, I don't know. It's like the movie Step Dads, where Will Ferrell's trying to compare himself to Mark Wahlberg, and he just doesn't feel like he can do it. And, you know, Mark Wahlberg's like super cool. That's Jamil. Jamil's like super cool, and I'm like Will Ferrell. And it's just, you know, it's a lot of pressure, but I'm hoping I can figure it out, because like I kind of need this lens at this point. And, you know, I really just don't want to let Jamil down. So Jamil, it showed up. It's perfect. If you guys haven't, you should check out Jamil. He is fantastic, knows a lot of Sony stuff, and is about to be upgrading his game and being in that G Master world. So thank you, Jamil. I appreciate you. If you're looking for a good but affordable 70 to 200 focal length, I strongly suggest this Tamron. Thank you guys. I appreciate you, and have a good day.